So our meeting norms are to be honest and share what you think and feel, participate in the conversation. It is your responsibility to get your voice in the room. Focus on the task, think creatively and comprehensively, treat one another as equals, listen and hear one another's viewpoints. One's perspective is one's truth. Ensure equal airtime for all participants. Come to meetings ready to work and learn, and honor time limits and commitments.
Excellent, thank you, Ms. Jackie. And then Mr. Elias, you're gonna be our timekeeper today.
Okay.
Can you set us up for 15 minutes?
Okay.
And we want it to be concise, to the point, and like I said, let's stay focused and on task. Now, last week we spoke about, our kids, what our situation is here with chronic absenteeism, and what our target population is. We know that our kids are primarily Hispanics, low-income students, and we know that we're all here collectively. I thank you guys for being here. We're all here because we want to help them. And not only that, we want to help our school, obviously, with attendance. We have Mr. Greg, the principal, here as well, who's being very supportive and allowing me to use the time, your time and our time, but I do thank you for being here. Last time we talked about CRT, or culturally relevant teaching strategies. I also passed out some examples and things that some of you are already doing, some of you more than others, and like I said, from all of us, we're all gonna collectively get ideas and essentially figure out how we can improve our classrooms. I know Ms. Jackie teaches speech pathology, and she definitely has a different perspective and definitely a different lens. So she brings a different area of expertise. So I'm gonna ask, just right off the back, what culturally relevant teaching strategies are currently working in your classrooms? So feel free to share if you have any, anything that's working for you already. Sure.
Oh, sorry. It's actually something it's something slightly outside the classroom. It's probably something like super obvious, but I've relied on Google Translate a lot this year, because even the parents that do understand and speak English, I found that fully translating for them, I get more engagement with them and their children and more buy-in. With that, I've used that with Adrian's parents, Emily's parents, and it seems to just help bridge that communication gap.
Nice, all right. And Ms. Jackie, from your speech perspective, I guess?
Yeah, in speech I still pay attention to what's going on currently, so holidays, and just this week we had Lunar New Year, so some of my kiddos, if we're doing reading comprehension, we talked about the Lunar New Year, and I talked about it specifically with Albert, who asked me on his own, what are you doing for Lunar New Year? And then other things I do with thinking of Adrian too, I know he works with his dad. So I do ask him that, how's your job going with your dad? Because it does matter to him, and school does too, but I do want to incorporate that in because it's important to him and it's part of the culturally responsive.
Yeah, there's something that goes along with that. When does Lunar New Year start? Well, whenever it does start.
A couple days ago until,
something you could do, or maybe like on a student by student basis or something, is it's a 15-day period, but at the end they celebrate with a lantern festival, and that might be something. There's enough time, 15 days, 2 weeks, to maybe.
I used to do it in rec group.
Oh,
We
did
used
you?
to make
Yeah.
lanterns
There you go.
and make wishes,
Yeah.
but I just can't apply it to speech, unfortunately. But yeah, remember I used to make the lanterns.
We were hanging for a really long time.
Yeah, I do want to say that Adrian and Jesus come up a lot because they share everything they do at home. So they bring it here and they tell us, I got paid, I did this, mom did that. So that is cool because they are openly sharing, but we do have kids that don't necessarily share, that we do have to kind of ask what's going on. Like I can see Alden, the new student, who's shaking. Today he was shaking, but he wouldn't say why he was shaking, but the class was too loud. So I think just looking around and recognizing things like that is going to help. Also, Black History Month. I know your side of the school usually does a lot more than we historically have done.
Yeah.
And I think this year we can definitely do more collectively.
I'm bringing Black History in next week. It's going to be relationship types, boundaries, and trust levels, and expectations, and how they changed pre-civil rights, 65 to now. So I'm gonna also do cultural relevance as well. I'm gonna get Black History and cultural relevance over the 2 weeks in my social thinking.
Nice.
We